This is my beautiful wife, Bianca Belair, and it's my favorite tattoo. I got that on camera, right? Okay, so we're in the clear. Cool, cool, cool. I am WWE superstar Montez Ford, and this is WWE Tattooed. My very first tattoo is actually the United States Marine Corps Eagle, Globe, and Anchor. A lot of service members do it when they first get in. Like their first tattoo, they call it a moto tat, is something showing the symbolism of, you know, the service, all my brothers and sisters in arms. Remember when I first got it, I was like walking around like, going like this to everybody, like, hey, what's up? Yeah, yeah. I be waving at people real long, like this really very emphasized wave. When I got the EGA, it was in a traditional tattoo shop, just like this, very calm and cool setting. A bunch of the members and the artists were actually former service members themselves, so it was cool that I was actually getting tattooed by actual veteran themselves. So it's cool, you know, you're getting tattooed something that they were a part of as well. This tattoo is also symbolic in a reference. I feel like it's the first time I made like an adult decision on doing something my own. That was like my first step into life. Me being outside of my home, me being outside of high school, outside of sports, outside of my parents' care. Like this is like the first time I'm doing something for myself as an adult. And that was the first thing I did. As soon as I graduated high school, I went straight into the Marine Corps. So this tattoo is just a symbolic reference of like the very, very start of all of this that you see now with Montez Ford is this tattoo. Probably size-wise, maybe this skull here. I have a skull here that I got. This whole arm here is actually like everything that I pretty much did from as a kid to military to now, because I have the military in the front with the EGA. I have the skull showing like the actual burial and death of like my young adult life or young child life and moving forward. The dove showing the freedom, the release to move forward. And then up here, it's got a whole bunch of other gibberish. This is actually someone you all know, my beautiful wife, Bianca Belair. This was actually a gift given to me, like the actual tattoo itself. Tommy Yen is formerly known as Aleister Black here in the WWE. As a wedding gift for my wife and I, he had his tattoo artist from Amsterdam come all the way down and give like a gift as a tattoo for us. And she got a tattoo of something to me on her, and I decided to get her face on my forearm. She was there the entire time for the process, just like she is with everything. She always kind of makes sure everything's good. But she fell in love with the fact that it looked just like her. Because, you know, that's a common fear. You don't want to get something that doesn't look well. You want to get something that looks like what you're trying to get because it's permanent, you know? On my collar here, I don't know if you can see it, I actually have her actual lip print because she loves lips. And this is like, besides her face, this is another way of like branding herself on me. So yes, I do have her lips. And at the bottom of the lips, I have the actual date that we started this life together. So that's like my eternal promise that, you know, this is what we've been doing since this date going forward. So I'm basically starting to become a museum for Bianca at this point. One of the greatest gifts ever, because not only they provided me a gift of a symbolic reference of, well, who I'm starting my life with, but it's a great art. And it's it's my favorite tattoo. I got that on camera, right? Okay, so we're in the clear. Cool, cool, cool. My favorite tattoo. The ring, when I have shirt up, I just literally got a right pictorial done, so I get a lot of compliments. My tattoo artist in Tampa, Samoa Mike, he actually does work along with Roman Reigns, Jimmy and Jey Uso, and a couple of members from work also go to him as well. He's very, very very, very talented. Probably the best on the planet. Free draws, mostly everything. But what inspired behind it was I have some Nigerian background, obviously, within my traits. A lot of the Nigerian imprints look similar to the Samoan imprint. So like by him knowing those similar lines, that's why I use him for artistry. So I use some of the Nigerian imprints to place a lion around it. It's on the right because the heart beats to the right, and I have the heart of the lion. So that's a symbolic reference with that. I have a Black Panther here on my bicep because I love Black Panther. It's my favorite animal. Like the Black Panther and the lion is my favorite 2 animals of all time. Their aura and presence commands and demands attention, and that's what has drawn me to them forever. And I always try to carry the similar traits and their drive within myself into the WWE and to tackling life's goals, peaks, and valleys. I think it's important for everyone to display their heritage and culture because specifically in our field, sometimes we can't talk to the individuals or we can't speak to the fans, but if they see us on TV, or if they see pictures, or if they see us in videos and doing these actions and they see the tattoos that we show off and embrace, then it kind of shows them what we represent, what we're about. You know, without even us having the communication with them, our body kind of does it for us. So tattoos in the essence kind of gives that communication out to everyone without really necessarily saying the word. So I would definitely say this one. It's actually getting lasered off so I can actually get it correct. I got it with a fire team of guys I was actually with in the military. We called ourselves the DFC boys, which means dope, fresh, clean. Hey, I'm not kidding. We literally went in there together, got the tattoos, love tattoos, but the only thing that has to get fixed on this tattoo is he spelled addiction wrong. And I've never told anybody this, but addiction is actually spelled wrong. But you didn't hear that from me. So just don't even act like this conversation even happened. As a matter of fact, I got those lights. It look like y'all had those Men in Black lights. We just flash it. This conversation never happened, you know. Addiction, you know, nothing. Did I immediately know that it was spelled wrong? See, if I answer that question, then now you're gonna know my spelling levels. So maybe I won't answer that because maybe it wasn't immediate, maybe it wasn't immediate. Maybe it was now, you know, who knows, you know? My most painful experience of getting a tattoo is, you see I didn't do it on this side, but I did the inside of this arm and it hurts so bad because there's no meat there, it's just skin. To me, I feel like that's the worst place I've gotten it. I would say second would probably be, a lot of people say the ribs, but I honestly, maybe because I don't have a lot of rib work done, the ribs did not bother me as much, but I will say underneath the arm, the bicep area, very, very, very tender as well, because it's just skin. And it hurts. So Dawkins is scared of tattoos. He's scared of needles. And if you notice, he doesn't have any tattoos. Now, you didn't hear that from me, but he ain't too keen on needles. So if we ever do get something, it might be temporarily, maybe one of them henna tattoos, because I don't think Docs is gonna do too well with the needles. So, but if we did do something definitely would have something with shoe props on there, or we want smoke, maybe little clouds or something on the arm. So also too, I don't knock anyone that does it, but my mom always said, you want to make sure that whenever you put on a suit, if you don't see your tattoos, it's good. So I've always just tried to follow that guideline of I walked in earlier, with a suit, tie, pants, slacks, and if I can't see my tattoos, then it's good. Because I'm wearing a suit, I'm trying to conduct business, but anything like hands, eyes, feet, not only is it visible, but it hurts. Like I said, I don't knock anybody that does it, and power to you. I remember watching, when I first saw Bam Bam Bigelow, how he had his whole entire freaking head tattooed. I was like, yeah, that's a level of crazy that I don't think I'm ever gonna get to, you know? Somebody that inspired me like in the business, definitely I would say Randy Orton and The Undertaker. Like I remember like the first time as a kid, like seeing Undertaker like with the sleeves and like going like, oh, that's so cool. A little bit before Randy was also The Godfather. He had sleeves as well. And I remember seeing like The Godfather sleeves and Undertaker sleeves, and then I just got fascinated with sleeves. I just thought they were like the coolest thing. I remember like in Walmart, they used to sell like the tattoo sleeves that you could wear, and I used to like always put them on just to see how it would look in the future when I got sleeves. So eventually, you know, I'm gonna come with mine. You know, start flexing my arms a little bit more. I feel like when people see me for the first time without his arm on my body, they probably think I'm crazy, you know, especially in the areas that I have the tattoos. But also, I feel like they see someone who is obviously cultured, someone who has different expressions and different viewpoints, different people that mean so much to him, someone that's just trying to project their conversation to them without even barely saying a word. I wish and I hope that my tattoos reflect, you know, who I am and tell a story about myself and see, you know, what I'm about, what I be. You know, it ain't no other way to explain it. Obviously, what tattoos is pain, you know, just something constantly digging inside of your skin, but it's creating something permanent, it's creating art, and it's creating a memory that every time, you know, I look down at my forearm, I see the start of everything that's happening now. Whether you get a tattoo for a good or bad moment, it's still a memory that's forever like imprinting your mind. And, you know, it's always good telling of a good story, a great story.